Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k review with me, Mark, from the Xenovich channel. As we're speaking right now, it's torrential rain. There may even be a thunderstorm, so we'll see how that goes. So I am reviewing today the Tyranid Toxicrene / Malaceptor model, and I have my trusty White Dwarf here because this model is essentially a White Dwarf release. Now, Games Workshop seem to be giving a lot of love to Tyranids, which I'm fine with because I really love the Tyranids. It's my favourite army, as well as Eldar. But they're getting a lot of love. So much as that they're getting, like, this can make 2 kits. They're releasing a couple of more kits and a Venom Throat / Zone Throat with an upgraded Zone Throat, which can essentially make the Doom of Malantai, but not the Doom of Malantai. They're all going to be White Dwarf releases, and they're all going to be featured in the Warhammer 40k FAQ. So I think I'd treat myself and get the first one. So the White Dwarf issue 40 is the rules for the Toxicrene and Malaceptor. So I'm going to talk about the rules quickly first, and then I can talk about what one I'm going to make. So the Toxicrene, which is the one that is heavily featured on the box, it is the one on the front, half of the back, the other half is the Malaceptor. What I'll do, I'll put a bigger picture of the Toxicrene from the White Dwarf. Boom! 160 points. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength 5, toughness 6, 5 wounds, initiative 3, 6 attacks, leadership 8, and a 4-up save. Comes with acid blood, choking cloud, lash whips, toxic miasma. It's fearless, instinctive behaviour is speed, poison 2-ups, and comes with shrouded. However, it doesn't emit the shrouded like a Venom Throat does. It's just that model. Hypertoxic essentially gives it instant death on a 2-wound roll of 6. And Choking Cloud is a 12-inch strength 3. Assault 1 ignores cover, large blast, poison, predatory sentience. Which basically means if it's an open top vehicle or a vehicle that has already lost a hull point, you can hurt it. And you have Armor Bane special rule. 2d6 plus strength 3. So not amazing if you're not great at rolling high numbers. But it's okay. Visually, I prefer it. It's got the giant lictor's head and these giant, really cool, like lash whips coming out. It's strength 5 though. It'll be 6 attacks. It'll be fine for 160 points. I think it's well priced. In the main codex though, there are things such as the Morlock or Carnifexes and stuff which are similarly priced and possibly better. However, if you want to add a bit of flavour to a narrative campaign, try some new stuff out, definitely go for it. And that's what I think Games Workshop are doing with the Tyranids. I think there's going to be a Blood Angels and Tyranid box coming out. It'll be a campaign box, and these are going to help. And it will definitely help future narrative campaigns for the channel, as well as doing such lists as a Monster Mash list, complete monsters, which would be amazing. Malaceptor, bing! I like this one. I like the rules for this one. Not so much the design, but I can't have it all. 205 points. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength, toughness 6, 5 wounds, initiative 3, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 4-up save. Scything Talons, not 2 sets, so it doesn't get to add an extra attack for that. Psycho Mastery level 2, Shadow in the Warp, Synapse creature. A model with this has it's got Psychic Barrier, so it's a 5-up invuln save, which is a huge news because not a lot of things have invulnerable saves in the Tyranid Codex. This one is your Psyker. It's kind of the unit that will distract your opponent and enable you to throw a curveball at him. The other one is kind of big butchy, big attack, 6 attacks, poison weapon, able you to go in combat. This one is a little bit sneaky. It has a power called Overload, and being Psycho Mastery level 2 can have extra ones from the powers of the Hive Mind. Now it states Malaceptor generates its remaining powers from powers of the Hive Mind, so Overload comes standard, and then you get the Primaris and then 2 more psychic powers. So essentially 4 powers with this guy. Overload is a focused Witchfire, 24 inches. The target must take a leadership test on 3d6 3d6. Vehicles are treated as having a leadership of 10. If the test has failed, the non-vehicle model suffer D3 wounds with no armor saves or cover saves allowed. Vehicles suffer a single glancing hit with no cover saves allowed. So again, another weapon that is no cover saves. So basically, 24 inches away, I can see you. That's crazy, Rain. 24 inches away, I can see you. Oh, I'm killing 1, 2, 3 of your guys, or I'm glancing some of your vehicles. The extra rule with this is you can do this 3 times, this psychic power, but you have to do it as separate ones. So if you have an Imperial Guard player you're always losing against, and he has his tank. So psychic phase, boom, glancing hit, boom, glancing hit, boom, glancing hit. That's turn 1. A great thing for this Malaceptor, which is what I'm probably going to do, is use the new Tyranid drop pod. I just got the recent White Dwarf that came out today, and with the Tyranids and stuff like that, there's a drop pod model which can also be made into a ground model which can make spore mines essentially. What I'm going to do is make the drop pod model, use the Malaceptor in that one, have him come on turn 2 because it follows the rule like a drop pod. It won't scatter. So I have this level 2 Psyker, toughness 6, 5 wound monstrous creature there on my opponent's side of the field. Oh, if he has a gunline army with other tanks, that's fine. I'm going to glance shoot. Now what is he going to do? Turn around and shoot my monstrous creature, or shoot at my Khan effects that are coming up the board? I think I know that giving your opponent too many options to shoot at, they will make mistakes, and you must always have a grand plan for your Tyranids because you have to be so tactical. If you're not, then you will fail. But like you may have seen in our Battle League tournament and most of my battle reports, I'm generally 99% of the time winning with Tyranids. It's only when I don't focus with the Tyranids and have a plan for them it doesn't really work out. So that is kind of cool. I can have that with a drop pod. That will essentially be around 300 points in total. 300 points of my army. Boom. That's a unit that I can just put to one side. Focus purely on the rest of my army being one huge swarm. I usually do this with my Turbogon unit. I have it at the back, holding an objective, and then just spawning gaunts. But in the last battle report I had, it didn't do very well. It spawned like 6 gaunts, and then that was it. It didn't really do a lot for the rest of the game. This, though, has the potential to do loads in the game, especially if you drop pod it in. So what I'm going to do is open it, show you the front and the back cover of this box, open it up so you can see what the sprue looks like, and see how detailed it is. So here is the front cover. Tyranid Toxicrene. The model is amazing, and I don't mind the box set. They started with the Eldar boxes, I think, where it's the black background. It just shows you the model, so there's no confusion about that. Over the back, we've got, go up a bit, we have the box here, and on the box it shows the Toxicrene again, and then down here we have the Malaceptor, which is the one I'm going to be making. As always, they have helpful paints you can use. So let's open it up. I'm going to use my trusty craft knife, being very careful not to slice my finger open on camera and bleed everywhere, because I'm also using the Frontline Gaming table mat as the backdrop to this. So goodbye cellophane. There we go. So opening it up, coming on 2 sprues. Look at those lash whips. So monstrous creature based, standard, and the instructions, Malaceptor or Toxicrene. All labelled, nice and easy for you. If you've made creatures before, it's a similar layout that you've probably seen. And what I'm going to do to possibly help me make my own Tyranids and stuff like that is keep the lash whips separate, because obviously I'm going to make the Malaceptor, and use the bits from this and create my own one, because I can't really afford another 40 quid box set within a couple of weeks this close to Christmas. So eventually you'll be making your lovely monstrous creatures. So here is the first sprue with the lash whips. Good detail on there. They do look awesome. I can't wait to play around with them. There's part of the head. Not too much detail on that, so I could probably chop around that and have some fun using the extra bits. Standard, what we've seen before, carapace from the horror specs and stuff. Good set of detail on here. All in all, a very good multi-kit, and again, if you didn't ever buy the White Dwarf, it has on the back, in fact, their stats and what their unit type is, to make it nice and simple for you. Okay, so box is opened, White Dwarf red. Checked out the instructions. All that's left is now to make the model. So I'm going to go away and make the model and enjoy doing that. And you'll see it soon on one of our battle reports. So, thank you very much for watching. Please comment below about which model you will be making. The Toxicrene, the Malaceptor, or getting 2 kits to make both of them. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.